Okay, in this video what we're going to be doing is flashing a processor. We're going to be taking a processor from version 20 to version 30, and this will be an L7 processor. So it's an L73. So and this will be in conjunction with further videos that we'll be doing at Kinetic 6000 on the version 30. So first and foremost, we need to actually flash the processor to match the version we're going to be running, right? So what we'll do is we'll go to and open up Control Flash, and in Control Flash I'm running the Control Flash version 14.01. so I'll just I have a couple options here. I can view log, view inventory, change to RS Links Edition. In use is currently classic. What I want you to do is click next. What this does is it may take a little while to actually pull this up, and the reason it takes a while is because it's looking for all of your files that you have for firmware. In this case, I have a pretty big firmware kit, so it may take up to about a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes. Again, that it's all about how big the kit is you made. So what I'll do is I'll pause the video to save time, and I'll restart it when everything pulls up. Okay, so like I said, that took about 2 or 3 minutes to pull up. I went ahead and pre-selected the controller that I'm using, which is a 1756 L73. I'll click next. I'll highlight the controller that I'm going to be flashing in my RS links that I have already set up, which again is via Ethernet. So it is slot 0 in the chassis, so I'll select that. The firmware versions again that I currently have, this shows the version that the controller is currently, which is a version 20.013. The versions that I currently have in my firmware kit again is basically which was made by downloading them from the website, Rockwell's website, is basically all these versions. So again, I'm running Control Flash 14.01, and you can get all these. You're not going to have all these. When you do your firmware flashes, you may have to go to the website and get them. Just note that it's not that complicated to go to their website, look up for firmware, and just download the firmware. In this case, we'll just go to 30.011, and then it gives you this disclaimer that you will be updating the target with the new firmware. Just click next. It says again, are you sure you want to begin the update? Yes. Then it starts the process. When it starts the process, it will give you an attention. If the secured digital card is locked and set in to be loaded on power up, then this update will be overwritten of the card. So before you do that, you just want to make sure that you select yes if that's something you want to do. So now it will go to and start transmitting the data and start flashing the process. As it's going through, again, this is flashing from a processor from version 20 to version 30. So it has to pass so many blocks of transmission. Basically it goes through and passes. A lot of people aren't aware of what a flash does, but it actually does this boot code, which is basically similar to the boot code of like your PC. It has to be able to boot up and load all its stuff in compatibility with everything. And it does its firmware flashes as far as making sure that it's compatible with the software that's being used. There's many different layers in a firmware flash, so just be aware of that. That's why it actually does. It says, like right now, it says transmitting update 204. And it shows you the blocks and everything that it's actually going through and doing. We'll let this first transmission block go through just to show you that it will transition naturally to the next block. what transpires at that point in time, it resets. After it resets, there's a small delay. So what happens on that is it actually powers down and powers back up the processor really fast. So it just basically resets it, and now it's passing the next set of blocks, which again is the again, the first one was is probably the boot code. You'd have to look at the order of operations to tell exactly what it was, but this is natural to see, so no worries on that, right? So I just want to let you see the whole process from start to finish. And I don't want to withhold anything or pause the video during the flash, because obviously if something were to happen, I want to show you that real world stuff does happen. So again, it's just passing the blocks that it's transmitting over. This is just the data for the firmware flash, and all this was gotten off of the Rockwell website. So again, this is firmware that you can get without having, I believe you shouldn't have to have a access codes or any kind of sign-ons and anything to get the firmware. I think you can get firmware. You can download firmware for free anytime, as far as I know. But so now it powered up again, and now it's actually going through and doing the whole system power up. So it drops completely and then picks back up. So it does this several times. Again, the first two were like real quick. The second one again after the second block transfer was again real quick. The third time is a complete power down, a cycle to make sure everything comes up healthy, and as it comes up healthy, then it starts a timer to see how long it takes, because if it times out, then it will basically say there's something wrong. So in that focus, that's why you see the timer counting down right now. Again, this is nothing to be worried about. This is something natural. So I just want to let you be aware of that. A lot of you have flash firmware before. I just want to go through all the things that are natural. So like I said, as this goes through, as soon as it finishes, it tells you that the status was updated completely or complete, and everything was fine. It comes up green. If it come up red, then you would see that what the problem was if it stopped. The current version now is 30, and the new version obviously is 30. So at that point, you just cancel out of control flash. We can go in RS links and see the current version is 30. Okay, so with that said, we want to come back and we can now edit our program and download to it when we get to that point. So in the next video, I'll show you exactly what I'm doing on that. As far as this goes, I just want to show you the process of control flashing a L7 processor from version 20 to version 30. So now that that's done, we can pick up and go to the next, make the next video and keep on going. Okay, thank you.